Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Bayonetta. Let's hop into Chapter 6. Chapter 5 was kind of long and it put a little bit of a brakes on thoughts of maybe me playing this twice through. I probably will at some point play this game twice through, but I don't know if I'd want to do it back to back now, considering that long section, particularly if I'm trying to go for like pure platinum and everything. Now the game has completely at this point given up any explanation how I get from point A to point B. I unlocked a new ability too, but that doesn't really count to this. You can see it feels very much like, hey, I got a record already. Like they were doing some experimentation here, PlatinumGames, I guess. This may have been one of their earliest games, if not their earliest game. And so we've got a hurricane, I suppose is what you would call a twister, at the very least, happening. And we're in what looks very much like the Vigrid area right after we got off the train. There's some people running around. There's no reason for me to try to jump on top of the fountain, and frankly it's a little difficult to get on top of the fountain. Bayonetta is still doing a very odd stance. Frankly, I would kind of like if there was a alternate stance I could put on her so she would just stand like a normal person. It's a little too much, frankly. And now we have a article here that we'll pretend like we're gonna read. Too bad, if you really wanted to know all of this, you'll have to buy the game. We're making a decent amount of progress if we're to use the number of files as an indicator. We can see that there's some collectible items on the other side of that section. And see, these guys are carrying guns, so I don't know what they're really going to accomplish there. I guess they're trying to stop people who aren't witches. I suppose for witches in Purgatorio, they have maybe no knowledge of those people or no ability to stop them. It's fast and tight with locks and chains. Nothing could stop me from opening it, of course. Of course, as soon as I do open it, I am easy mode helping me out there. Guillotine. And see, these torture attacks are rather interesting, considering they allow you to end your gameplay on a very cinematic action. I don't think I like this weapon, honestly. It seems a little too slow for my tastes. The surface has a beast-like footprint scrawled upon it. It seems like some sort of switch. So we unlocked the Unleash the Beast attack. And here we're trying desperately to pick up the weapon that I want to pick up. Maybe if I just continuously do this, I can separate the two. There we go. And I believe if I dash forward and press right trigger, this should unleash the beast. There we go. Tap forward twice. And there's that girl again. She does eventually play a very important part in the story, not to spoil anything. But boy, does she not have any real importance for the first half. It's almost as if you could have had an entire game without her and told one story, and then in the sequel told the story that involved her. I think Bayonetta just finding out who she is enough of a story, if you have some good scenes, that you don't need to add the little bit that is added. See, this looks like something is going to raise up water spouts. Yep. So I'm gonna fight some people, it's gonna start the water spouts going, then I'm going to use witch time to run on the water spouts to get here. Witch statue is also in terrible shape, but restoring this one to its former glory should be easier by now. Two of these. I'm not sure how I want to take these characters on, honestly. That's one, and that was rather easy. There we go. Didn't dodge well enough. And see, that just seemed too easy. I don't know why these button QuickTime events talk about gigawatts, but or gigavolts or whatever they're saying, giga something. See, they don't even bother to animate the fact that there is a barrier most of the time, almost all the time. And that was too low of a combo, so it didn't count well enough. So I don't really need the prep time. And it seems like as soon as you made the jump and it looks like you're gonna land, you're taken out of witch time in those situations. So do I take this quickly, or oddly, I think I might need to go all the way back over here. Say you have a slight timing issue where you could take that and try to put it in witch time. But see, I'm just taking damage. And see, just getting back is proving to be very difficult. So that is certainly more of a challenge than I thought. Wait a minute, how is this going to work though? If I activate this, I didn't even do it right. Try that again. And there's like no door or anything here. Okay, I guess I need to come this way. The door has been sealed by magical tight. Sealed tight via magic. And there's no way I can break this? Oh yes, there is a way to break it. So you did have to get through it potentially without taking any damage, and I totally failed at that. I've determined it's actually not worth your effort to try to get the full megatons. It's nice and it probably goes to an achievement and all, but it's actually too much work on your fingers. Alright, so now I understand. That was bad because of all the damage I took before the fact. Alright. Go. Notes on the topics of magics. We'll pretend like we're reading this. It's not ridiculously long. Ooh. Interesting. So that was the first page. I didn't realize that was how that was going to happen. So it's not like Skyrim where each of these stories could be several pages of dialogue, but it is probably too much for a normal person to want to spend their effort on. Frankly, any writing in a game is the first thing I'm going to decide not to pay any attention to. Which way do I spin this? And see, these guys have big hands, and I attacked them and killed them with big hands. There really is something to the niceness of just having a scene end and give you the fireworks, the reward for playing well, telling you how well you're playing well. And see, I got a silver there, and I'm still rather happy with that experience. When in a lot of other instances, I would probably be rather upset with myself getting a C, but everything in Bayonetta is to such a different scale that it might as well not matter. What in the world is that? See, I feel like I probably started that fight because I walked back this direction. Vile poisonous liquid fills the air underneath the destroyed pillars. Trying to jump the gap while remaining in human form seems a bit dangerous. So I'm supposed to, I guess, jump at longer distances as... Come on. How come this is not working now? You gotta be a little bit faster about it, I guess. I've got to be careful because I don't want to turn into the panther and then come out. There we go. And see, that was when that section finished because they figured you'd die with the and fall in the gas.
What are you boys doing in here? Are you hiding something from me? Come on.
See, and at this point, killing 4 of these low-level creatures don't even matter, so they might as well just show it in a cutscene and show her moving in similar ways to the way you play, but moving the camera and directing it cinematographically. I don't believe that's an actual word. Moving the camera like this was a movie in a way that the video game just wouldn't be allowed to do.
Haven't you? Someone else caught your eye? Oh dear. Something tells me I'm going to regret this.
My sweet, lovely child. She is the key to your future.
And apparently she can see you. She's got a 4-way shot going. And she does a shield.
Want to play savior, but I suppose I can make an exception and kill all of you. Just this once, of course.
So, in a strange way, now I'm attacking and I'm in purgatory, but we're not watching. We're not watching from that perspective. We're watching from a human's perspective and what it looks like, which is an interesting choice. Certainly. I figure this is probably the point they really want you to realize, oh, you've gotten really, really powerful. But, you know, on very easy mode, I was pretty powerful to begin with. Probably even on normal mode, this would have been pretty easy.
Mommy!
Was I just singing?
Mommy!
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down, little one. I am not your mother.
But, Mommy...
Will you quit calling me Mummy? Ugh. If there's 2 things I hate in this world, it's cockroaches and crying babies. Well, a crying baby cockroach would be truly terrible. So don't you dare cry.
Yes, Mummy.
Fine. You've got to be a strong little one to survive in a place like this. What's your name, anyway?
Teresa.
Cereza? You're not from Vigrid, are you, little one? Where are you from?
I'm from my house.
Well now, I'll hazard a guess this isn't your home. So what on earth are you doing here?
My daddy told me to come here.
And whereabouts is this daddy of yours?
He was at work, but now I don't know where he's gone. I want to go home.
I can't just drag you along wherever I go, little one. So you'd better not be getting attached to me.
Yes, Mummy?
Come now, little one. I'll help you out of here, but that's all. And you have to promise there'll be no crying. A single tear and you'll be crying alone. Got it?
Okay, Mummy.
So, my combos were too low, interestingly enough, in that whole fight, and that ended up with me having a poor score. And now, this little girl, Cereza, is going to follow me around, trying to get over the gap in the destroyed bridge with a child in tow is too dangerous. I'll have to find a safer way around. So there's only one way to go that way. Let's take a moment and see. I don't believe we've ever equipped this. So that's something to do. And as far as I'm interested, I suppose I'm still trying to do as many horns as possible. So, not horns, magic flutes, whatever. So that gets me one. And I could get a yellow. I kind of just need to come over here and look. I have 2 hot shots, haven't used any of these. I wish you could make bullets. I have 6 of these. I have 1 full of these, 2 of these, 2 of these, 1 of these. It's quite the collection, really. But also I know there's probably achievements for concocting these even if I'm not going to use them, so we'll go ahead and do that. And then equipment. We've had several angels that we've run into. At this point, we have seen that, I guess, most of them. You're not going to run into more. This is one of the things I never got around to playing Bayonetta 2, so I wonder how many more creatures could they really have introduced in the Order of Angels. And I guess it could be a decent amount. It could be that half the game is spent in hell, so you see a lot more demons in comparison, which would explain why there's only the demons we use in this game, and we kind of know we're not even going to fight anymore. As far as the special techniques, we've unlocked all but 2, so as soon as I get another 30,000, that'll be nice. Turns out there's now combination techniques, so the game has massively expanded. Wow. I don't think I've ever realized this before. So by default, you have guns, and we've done a lot of these combos, some of which we haven't, but it doesn't even matter because then they want guns and Draga, and then they want guns and Draga with electricity versus Draga with fire. And then they want the sword with guns, and the swords with the fire Draga, and the sword with the electricity Draga. And it just keeps going and going and going. And oh, by the way, they want the whip in there too. And almost certainly there's a couple more items to unlock as far as weapons. We have 10 achievements now, which means we're not really making any massive progress. Some of these achievements might simply be story related things, and we haven't found a single crow's to capture over here. It says normal, and I wonder if that means you have to play on normal. As for the angelic hymns, we've unlocked this one, and we're 1/3 towards the way of unlocking this. And see, I wouldn't be surprised if there was 4 pieces for this one, this one, this one, and this one, leaving another 12 collectibles. And I wouldn't also be surprised if I missed some of them. Let's get back to gameplay. Vigrid Ruins. And the storm is coming, and there's a little bit of story going on with the storm. It seems a little odd though that wouldn't have been just something you started as soon as she got off the train. And honestly, that's where the game should have started. This game starts in no less than 3 different sections, which just seems to speak of maybe some weak directing. So apparently she can attack, and there she just got damaged. The little girl, Celeste did. And these guys did most definitely were more pain than they should have been. So, this is interesting. How do we equip this weapon? Draga. I don't even know. Like, fire. Check. Bulletin board for urban planning update. It seems the highway connecting to major areas is under construction. So, Ceres is going to have, but the fence isn't strong enough that I can't break through. And then just boarded sections of Vigrid. So this guy is trying to straight up kidnap this kid, and I'm trying my very best to beat him to death. And it's not really working. What's interesting here is, I suppose this is just one of those extents of the gameplay where come on, eat this creature. Is this because am I not doing enough damage or what? Interesting. Game over. And we see the doll.
The shadow remains.
So let's get away from this and try this again. So maybe you do need the ability or something, because this it seems like the witch time itself doesn't really have that much time. Like, I am trying really, really hard here. And this guy is just not cooperating. Am I supposed to pick this up and throw it on? This will be funny if this turns into a situation where I have to actually finally. So he's stuck that direction. That was a weird sequence, and for a second there I feared I may have to go to very easy. Bulletin board with information about nearby installations. The map says there's an airport nearby. So we've run into something too strong. Purgatory, center of the Trinity. We'll pretend like we read all of that, just in case. They're certainly doing a nice thing by making the important words a different color. And it seems like her health refilled, if I was to guess. Explanation about the portal-like object. Porta de Paradiso, this gateway to heaven, the living seem to have constructed it to correspond with the denizens of Paradiso. So seems like I'm just gonna walk right into paradise. But why not? First of all, let's open the gates of hell and take the girl with us. Well, she just stands there and waits.
Take care of my babies, will you? Some people may have a thing for the 45s, but to me, these are the real works of art.
So nothing new, and we only have 14,000 things. So we're selling out of everything else. I need to make more purple things. I need another 60,000 and another 20,000 on top of that, so that's 80,000. And then I'd like to get all these different outfits. It'd be nice. But right now I have nothing. And I imagine maybe it's not a smart move to take a little girl into hell, but then it's probably also not a smart move to take her into purgatory, and it's probably not a smart move to take her into Paradiso, and it seems like that's what I'm gonna do. Although I didn't check. Glimpse of a temple.
Hey, Oh, this is probably how you got lost to begin with.
Mommy.
Don't worry. It's always scary the first time you see them. So, where was I? Oh, yes. Your kind invitation. I do hope you've prepared dessert as well.
Definitely some action moves and action scenes here. Poor girl's ears are gonna be blown out. Shooting guns next to it.
Oh, what a lovely tea party. And dancing, too. Cereza, my dear, watch and learn.
Watch and learn as I immediately take damage. This torture move in particular is really too difficult. Man, I'm not doing good. I imagine this was gonna happen too. Is eventually my fingers would start getting worn out. It's a good thing this game is only about 11 hours long. I think most people's hands might just fall off completely. Oops. And notice how his mouth is not even connected to the face that you think he has. They don't have... They have a real face and then a fake face. So now we're fighting a giant beloved that's holding on to Cereza. And take note of the area damage that's going on here. So if I damage the arms, you see that fake skin, that exterior disappear for a bloody, grotesque monster skin. This isn't inappropriate. Close your eyes, Cereza. Notice when she caught her, she has her full uniform on, which shouldn't actually be the case. You see, that beloved apparently fell in love with the little girl, not knowing how to show it appropriately. There is a little bit of a weirdness having a little girl in a game that is so focused around. Ooh, a fake version of me. Wasn't it what I saw? It's gone back from being a syphilitic and it seems like it won't be returning this way. What happened there? Alright, so we're doing a standard Resident Evil laser dance right now. I can't go to the side, so there's no collectibles there. Interesting, the way that was depicted, I could have sworn there was a clone of me running around right behind me. But that doesn't seem to be what happened. Actually, I don't know what happened. I'm confused. Oh! When I was doing the climax, an angel that looked like Bayonetta grabbed her and caught her when she was falling. What a trick. Dance off. And this is groovy 70s style dancing, I think. 760s. Which may actually have been a little bit before her time when she woke up the second time. Because she's been awake for 20 years. This came out in 2009. That puts you somewhere in the 90s. So, it's a strange move to be fighting yourself. Hard to keep an eye on that. So just push a bunch of buttons. Ah, titillation. And an angel named Joy from the first sphere that most definitely seems female. So if it's time for a new torture. I wasn't expecting this. Well, this game just got a mature audience only sub rating. I did not know this was in the game. It seems like on top of Halos I'm getting magic and health pickups. Which seems a little weird. I would kind of think you wouldn't get those. Like, but there seems most definitely like there's something else in the Halo drops. Can't check this way. So I imagine Ceres is this way. Again, a little weird to have a little girl in the story so close to a scene like that. The Angel Banquet of Alfheim. This is before that anime that had Alfheim Online. What was that one called? It was rather well known, sort of popular. Sword Art Online, that's the name of it. I believe the second series had a world called Alfheim Online. And see, we would have missed this if we weren't paying attention. It still feels like we don't get anything sometimes when we push these. And let's walk through here. I should have checked. Missing small bits of dialogue. I'm going back. So, have we just gone full circle? This must have been done once the statue of the witch. Most of these statues in the city have been destroyed. So... here's some military people. Where did the little girl go? And here's the Pismon's statue, or a version of it. How cute. A little halo. Shows how seriously they take their religion around here. There's a statue like that in, I think, Italy, and a statue like that in Japan that's very popular. They dress it up differently for different holidays in Japan. A warning about unauthorized imagery. There's strict limitations to what can and can't be done around here. And now we have Prominence Bridge, Isla de Sol, Island of the Sun. We're getting near the point where we're not going to be collecting any more of these. And it seems like this is the airport. It kind of looks like a military base more than an airport by modern standards. You see, this has a Horse of the Moon and a Horse of the Sun. So it really does feel like this whole what am I trying to say here? It seems like the two groups worked together for a long time and just recently broke up. They're together.
Mummy? You're a mom? You?
Come now, Cheshire. Look at me. Do I look like I have any interest in children? Now making them, well, that's another story.
Whoa, whoa! You're getting the wrong idea. I mean, it might be the right idea, but not right now, right? Yeah, speaking of right, I'm glad I've been standing around waiting for you, because I knew we'd cross paths. See, the only way to reach the upper crust and their gated island of champagne wishes and caviar dreams is over Prominence Bridge.
Oh, yes. The island. Lovely place, isn't it? Oh, now what?
Don't play games with me. You've worked your magic on this poor defenseless child, haven't you? You're a sad, sick woman. You know that?
Seems like it skipped a beat there. There should have been some more lines of
I was her age
dialogue.
when you killed my father.
Oh, don't say that in front of a kid.
No, you couldn't. Oh my God, you did, didn't you? You killed her parents.
Come to think of it, she's better off with you. You two are more hassle than you're worth.
What?
Just keep a good eye on her, or you're going to catch hell for it. No good deed goes unpunished, and you never know when a monster may sneak up on you.
Mummy, look out!
Yeah, this game feels like it needed more animation budget.
How can she see?
This is just weird to watch a game like this. I've never seen a film strip cutscene in any other game, and I think there's a very good reason for that. Oh, that was pretty bad. I deserve that silver. I imagine this is how it's gonna go going forward. Is I'll get silvers, and then I'll start getting bronzes, and then I may even end up with a stone or two. See how many bullets we got for an angel attack. So if in all honesty, you could get your most return if you just waited for the mystery cherubs. It would be the best move, honestly, in the game. Second to that, though, you're best off hitting let's see. There you go, 60 points, not great. I guess we'll buy these. But in all honesty, if you use any of them, you failed already. If you use any health. So we saw now on the side of that map was the cat doll that the girl had. So if you had any inkling, but to this point, that this was the little girl playing with the toy, you should now know for a fact that that is exactly what's going on. Also, it seems like those blocks above the map may spell out Bayonetta. And there's a decent chance that the Cardinal Virtue of Temperance might very easily just be a boss fight, but even if it is a boss fight, we'll save it for next time. Did I get an LP?
I'm not putting a chainsaw on your arm. So what do you want?
The game has taken a slight twist with the joys. Like, they're really not that prevalent, but I think they do show up in a couple of other places. I could buy this, but I don't even want to buy it until I have this and this. And I would like to buy some of these, but nope, can't do that. So I'm still saving up Halos, which it feels like I've been saving up Halos for at least an hour worth of gameplay, if not longer. I wish there was a way to, say, chapter select and then see your own score without having to go into the leaderboards and see the loading that is incredibly long. So oddly enough, I guess since we're going between points where it feels like I almost needed to turn down the difficulty to points at the beginning of the game where it was so easy, I felt like maybe I should have played on normal. I'm probably right where I should be. If I feel at 2 different points 2 different ways, then the game is possibly a little bit unbalanced. I think some of it just comes right down to the way the systems work. And so that was the Gates of Paradise and number 6. And we'll be doing number 7 next time. The idea that there's 11 may very well still be the case. How many save slots can I have, by the way? 30? 30 seems like more than enough. For at least one player. Well, it's been almost another hour, and this is as good of a place as any to end it. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.